Well, hey everybody, this is Robert and welcome to Outbreak News TV. And today we're going to take a look at a outbreak that's going on in the United States, and a multi-state outbreak of Salmonella. That's what we're going to be looking at is the Salmonella outbreak, and it looks like it's linked to raw oysters. So let's go ahead and dive into this. Now, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or the CDC, along with officials from several states and the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, or the FDA, report investigating a multi-state Salmonella outbreak. And the actual outbreak strain has been identified as Salmonella Tel El Kebir. Now, early data shows that oysters may be contaminated with Salmonella and may be making people sick in this outbreak. Both the CDC and the FDA are working to determine the source of the oysters. Now, as of December 23rd, 64 people have been infected in this outbreak by this outbreak strain, and this has been reported in 22 states. Now, the states reporting the most cases so far is Pennsylvania, which has 10, New York has 7, Virginia and New Jersey are reporting 6 each, and Georgia is reporting 4. In addition, there's 3 each in Arizona, Colorado, Florida, Massachusetts, and South Carolina. In California, Connecticut, Delaware, and Texas, we're seeing 2 each. And these last states have reported a single case, and that's Illinois, Kentucky, Maine, Missouri, North Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, and Maryland. Now, of 44 people with information available, 20 have been hospitalized. And fortunately, no deaths have been reported to date. Now, the state and local public health officials are interviewing people about the foods they ate in the week before they got sick. So far, of the 27 people interviewed, 20, or about 3/4, report eating raw oysters. Well, the CDC is giving out some advice. And first, they say raw oysters can be contaminated with germs at any time of the year. And that is true. And there can be a multiplicity of different germs they can be contaminated with, other than, say, Salmonella, norovirus, different Vibrio species like Vibrio vulnificus. Raw oysters carry with them a risk. So they advise to cook oysters before eating them to reduce your risk of food poisoning. Don't let raw seafood, its drippings, or its juices contaminate other foods, because you cannot tell if an oyster has microorganisms by looking at it. And hot sauce and lemon juice will not kill these microorganisms. Now, to cook the oysters in their shells, boil until shells are open, or add to a steamer that is already steaming and cook for 4 to 9 minutes. Only eat shellfish that open during cooking. And lastly, they advise to choose one of the following methods for cooking oysters out of their shells. Boil for at least 3 minutes, fry in oil for at least 3 minutes at 375 degrees Fahrenheit, broil 3 inches from heat for 3 minutes, or bake at 450 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes. In addition, you could cook the seafood until the inside reaches the temperature of 145 degrees Fahrenheit for at least 15 seconds. Well, let's talk just a little bit about Salmonella itself. Most people that get infected with Salmonella develop, these are the routine, typical symptoms: diarrhea, fever, stomach cramps, and these can occur from 6 hours to 6 days after being exposed to the Salmonella bacteria. The illness usually lasts 4 to 7 days, and most people recover without treatment. So for most people, except for the very young, very old, maybe the immunocompromised, it's self-limiting. Um, However, there are those people that the illness can be very severe and it may require hospitalization. It may recover uh, the treatment with antibiotics. And as I kind of mentioned already, children younger than 5, adults 65 and older, and people with weakened immune systems are more likely to have the severe illness. The CDC advises that you call a healthcare provider right away if you have any of these severe salmonella symptoms, which include diarrhea and a fever higher than 102, diarrhea for more than 3 days that is not improving, bloody diarrhea, so much vomiting that you cannot keep liquids down, and any sign of dehydration, like you're not urinating very much, dry mouth and throat, and perhaps feeling dizzy when you stand up. So that's what's going on with the Salmonella outbreak in the United States, the multi-state outbreak of Salmonella, probably, possibly linked to raw oysters. So I want to thank you for watching or listening, depending on the platform you're using. And I want to encourage you to check out the website, Outbreak News Today, at outbreaknewstoday.substack.com for news about the world of worms and germs. Thanks a lot.